What's good YouTube? It's your boy sSickened, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys the best red zone offense in Madden 20. It is found within the New Orleans Saints offensive playbook. There are three formations that I use, and the first play out of gun tight offset tight end is inside zone. The second play is Y out halfback swing. Out of the second formation, and it is the third play in my best red zone offense, it is verticals out of gun bunch. And the fourth and final play is out of goal line, and it is fullback dive. But let's begin with gun tight offset tight end and inside zone, and then on defense I'll be running pinch dog 2 press. Let's say this is what the play looks like when you get to the line of scrimmage. You can simply run straight up the gut and pray for a touchdown, but if your opponent is in a formation such as 3-4 odd or 3-4 bear, they're typically going to have a better chance of stopping the run. So if I see that my opponent is in a formation such as 3-4 odd or 3-4 bear, I'll audible over to the formations gun empty Saint and gun empty Trey. Let me show you guys gun empty Saint first. Let's say I came out in gun tight offset tight end. I see that my opponent is in 3-4 odd. I audible over to gun empty Saint. I'm going to motion over the Y wide receiver, making my opponent think that there is a good route cooking on the left side of the field. I'm going to do a corner route or a slant route from the RB and the B wide receiver. This is what the play now looks like. In an online head-to-head game, your quarterback will make an animation and your opponent will know that you are doing a hot route because they will start to tap their leg or they're going to point at the wide receivers, and a smarter opponent will start to move their linebackers or add a quarterback spy or a hook curl or a hard flat to their linebackers. They may even add it to a defensive tackle. After it's about 10 seconds left on the play clock, all you need to do is tap X and then left trigger. It's going to take you back to your original play. This is when you hike the ball as fast as you can and you try to just run straight up the gut. The point of doing so is that it's going to mess up the alignment of your opponent's defense. If they were in 3-4 odd, it was a really congested defense, and then you went a 5 wide, they manually spread everybody out, they put them all in zones, and then you go back to your original run play. Since gun tight offset is so condensed, it is extremely easy to get an inside zone for a couple of yards. So I'm going to show you guys a few highlights of inside zone, and then we'll move on to the next play.
Back to zone.
Alright, so the second play out of gun tight offset tight end is Y out halfback swing. Your main read is going to be the B wide receiver, but you must smart route him. It is Y RB, and that is basically going to change his route. If you saw the original route, it was really towards the sideline, but now it is kind of going towards the middle of the end zone right here, and that is going to be your main read. So you can also block the running back and do a hitch route on the Y or the A wide receiver. You can also drag them because these are going to be routes that your opponent will try to focus on when their user is either the middle linebacker or a safety. Their eyes typically pick up on drags or a hitch route, and they will manually cover this wide receiver, but they never expect you to throw it towards the middle of the end zone because that is the farthest point away from you. So if you tried inside zone and that is not working and you have to pass the ball in the red zone, I typically go to this play right here. I always bullet pass it to the B wide receiver, and you need to possession catch it in order to get your feet in bounds. So I'm going to show you guys a few highlights of this play, and then we'll move on to the third play.
Back to zone.
So moving on to the third play of my goal line offense, the formation is gun bunch and the play is verticals. I primarily go to this play whenever I need a touchdown on 4th down or whenever I need a 2-point conversion. The only thing that you need to do is streak the running back out the backfield, and this gives you 3 reads on this play. You have the tight end, the RB wide receiver, and the running back. I do not throw it to the X or the B wide receiver. Do not high point it to any of these receivers. Always make sure you possession catch it since you are in the red zone. So I'm going to show you guys a few highlights of this play right here, and then we'll move on to my fourth play.
Back to zone.
So we're moving on to the fourth play on my goal line offense. The formation is gun bunch and the play is spacing switch. The running back is originally on a swing route, but for right now we're just going to block the running back. Your main reads are going to be the X, the A, and the RB wide receiver. You can also place your B wide receiver on a hitch route and you can motion out the B wide receiver. Right when you're able to hike it, that is when you want to hike it. But the main thing about this play is that you must low point the ball, and it is basically a guaranteed catch every single time. So with the same thing as the plays before, I'm going to show you guys a couple of highlights, and then we'll move on to the final play of my goal line offense.
Back to zone.
So we're moving on to the final play of my goal line offense, and it is out of the goal line formation. We're going to do something different with the packages right now. You want to move your right stick to the left 3 times, 1, 2, 3, until your running back is at the fullback position. The play is Fullback Dive, and the great thing about this play is if you run it in salary cap and you only have one running back, no fullback, it'll place your number 1 wide receiver at the running back position, which allows you to run strong toss out of the goal line formation. But I don't like to run this play because in Madden 20, that play is just not as good as it was in Madden 19, but it does give you the availability to have a really fast wide receiver at the running back position. But I like to stick with Fullback Dive out of the goal line formation because it picks up a short amount of yards in a really good running formation. So I'm going to show you guys a few highlights for this play, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Back to zone.